Hello, everybody.
Hello and welcome. We are now going into our fifth qualifier of King of the Hippo. It's with me, Nilfred, and with a very special co-caster today. It's with Resonance22.
Thank you so much for having me today, Neil Parrott. So
Yeah.
today, guys, this is qualifier number 5, which means it's going to be an all Byzantines mirror match, free-for-all King of the Hill with locked teams on the map Golden Hill.
Exactly that, and we have eight extremely nice and entertaining players prepared for you. We have in the yellow trunks NC Skittle, more to the left we have Smarty, further to the left we have Mentalist, a fresh replacement and great player obviously, and even further down to increase the player field we have MBL, we have DJ der guten Laune, for me unknown German player, not really sure what's about him, Tato. We have Riverplation and Lucador 90, who is struggling with his start as it seems. Maybe misclick over here. So, Resonance, you saw some of the qualifiers already. How do you like the format, and could you tell me anything about those players and who's your favorite?
So I got a chance this morning to watch games 3 and 4. I got the replays from Robo, and I thought those were two particularly really entertaining games. Especially game 3 on Hippo's belly. I really enjoyed that one. So far, I think the format is pretty cool. I wonder if on one hand it would be more interesting if like all the players didn't have the same civilization, but that probably keeps it a lot more balanced. If I had to pick a favorite player, I think that's pretty tricky. I'm not actually familiar with all the players here, but I think that I would put my money on MBL this game by a very small margin.
Okay. Yeah,
What about
obviously
you?
MBL, I think MBL would be my favorite as well. He is obviously one of the top players here, maybe together with Mentalist and Tato. Just tiny bit behind Skittle. But he's so smart and knows how to play like difficult scenarios, and I would put my money on him as well.
Yeah, I think that MBL is a fantastic player, but he's going to have some steep competition this game, so I hope he's come prepared. This is a map that I really like, because this one is particularly strange. So what kind of strategies do you expect to see from players today?
Well, obviously there's so much gold and stone in the middle, all the relics, and there's only few resources at your home, so you kind of have to do something to either get some relics or secure yourself some area in the middle. So I'd expect a lot of monk rushes, maybe some expos and towers in the middle, but I think we will see a lot of action starting in Castle Age, maybe even late Feudal Age.
Oh yeah, I saw a lot of forward castles and forward town centers in Game 3, although I do think that it'll be slightly trickier here with the way the map is set up. Do you think that we might see any sort of water play?
Riverplation said just, what? Most likely he doesn't even know that we are playing King of the Hill, which means we have a monument in the middle. And which is ticking down 550 years, and whoever is controlling it at the end is winning this tournament, or at least this qualifier. But if the owner of the monument changes when the countdown is less than 100 years, it's going back to 100 years. So it's impossible to just quickly snipe the monument at the end.
Right, and you control the monument as long as you have any sort of units nearby it, and that's why I expect to see later in this game a lot of bombard towers.
Yeah, that's so true. If you have enough stone, because obviously you don't have too much stone at your base. One point I wanted to mention, you said picking civilizations would be interesting, or different civilizations. Remember, in the grand final, everyone can decide their own civilization and will be hidden civ, so it will be a lot of tactical interferences there.
Oh yeah, and that's a match that I'm really looking forward to watching, as I think that's going to be quite exciting. Now, the fact that there are all sorts of shallows here is something that really intrigues me, and I wonder if later on in the game, perhaps as a way to deal with all the forward bombard towers and castle nonsense, that we might see some cannon galleons. The Byzantines have access to so many different units and buildings.
Yeah, that's so true, except the last attack upgrade, obviously, which hurts in late Imperial Age and maybe Bloodlines. They're pretty well, widespread when it comes to their unit choices for sure. Smarty already lost a villager, not the best start for her there. On the first scout fight in the middle, but both players did decide to back off for now.
Yeah, we saw in Game 3 players swapping control of the center monument in the Dark
Oh
Age just to
god.
keep it interesting.
It was so annoying at the start. Oh god. So the first players going for water are Tattoo, River Plation, and Skittle, and Mentalist. So a lot of players thinking about going some water in addition to only going for land here.
Do you think that they would just go straight to the Castle Age to maybe try and take advantage of, like, monks and knights, or do you think that they'll make any galleys?
Oh no, Galleys I think is absolutely not an option, especially because your enemy is Byzantines as well and has extremely strong fast fire ships as well, or fire ships at the start.
Yeah, I think that would probably be ill-advised. I think one thing that would make my day is if Tato actually gets to take advantage of some demolition ships to snipe some units later, but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. There are so many options and I love this map and I did put a lot of thought in most of the maps, and I like this one very much. So, I think we're in for a treat here.
Oh yeah. I think we're going to see a lot of fish booming as well, since there's just a ridiculous amount of relatively safe fish along the edges of the map. Not every player has docked yet, though. Do you think that's a good decision?
Well, I think at the start docking is absolutely an eco boost, which it's unnecessary to not go for. So I think it is a bad decision to not dock yet.
Well, it looks like players are trying to wall off here. I think that they're going to be at least a little safer than they were in Game 3. In Game 3, the map was ridiculously open. Still, they have to deal with the shallows here, but I guess, like, one thing that I've been thinking about a lot is why we never see any sort of, like, scout play, for example, in the Feudal Age. At least I haven't seen that so far. Is it just too risky?
Well, the main thing is, like, if you go for scouts, you can F up an enemy pretty well, but you're slowing yourself down too much as well, so that the other players who are booming or going for knights will just have a too big enough an advantage. And it's not about killing one enemy, it's about taking this monument here.
Exactly, yeah, and that's why I think so far we've seen so much heavy booming play, because you take out one guy and then you still have to deal with the other 6 who are all full boomed up with max population. They have to deal with all sorts of paladins and other nonsense in the late game.
Other nonsense indeed. Oh god, I would be surprised if we actually see a player going for paladins. I think we will see very low army counts overall, because, yeah, I would be surprised if we don't see like 4 or 5 players trying to get a piece out of the middle there. Like sniping relics, it would be so great if you end up like with 3 or 4 relics for yourself, because if you just get some gold units against some trash units, it's just, they're just shredding them apart.
Oh yeah, and most of the gold is in the center of the map, so they absolutely should be going for some sort of monastery early on if they want to survive. I mean, at the very least, they have the saving grace of being the Byzantines, so they do have very cheap halberdiers and skirmishers in the late game, but just having that extra gold is going to be essential.
So let's see what Smarty is actually going for. I don't see her going for either stone or wood, but opening up with market and blacksmith, so not really sure if she's trying to sell some now. Didn't go up with loom either, so most likely we'll see her sell wood twice. Even then it's pretty tight on food, so not the best out for that.
No, definitely not. One thing that I noticed that is interesting so far is that MBL has actually docked in his own little isolated pond compared to everybody else, so no one's going to be able to raid his fish, and he actually has a reasonable amount of fish in that safe pond.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a dock where you can build like 15 fishing ships, but like 8 efficient fishing ship. Absolutely, yeah. He opts for 4 now. Yeah, nice catch there indeed. So most likely we will see some skirmishes, but oh, what is Lucador doing? He's thrashing from his own home. Obviously, he's one of the late replacements, so maybe not too familiar with the top expert strategies here. But maybe he just wants to go for the monument pretty early on here.
Oh my god. I've spectated a lot of King of the Hill games, and the #1 cause of death in these games tends to be players just forgetting it's King of the Hill. But Luchador, he remembers. He's already coming out here with the map control.
Indeed. Already sending more and more militia. Now we're sending the first villager.
They're men-at-arms now.
Oh god. Okay, someone in the chat just asked, is Mentalist going for fast Imperial Age. It seems like he's going for a lot of villagers and gold, so that must be an indicator. And he's very late to Feudal Age as well, so this most likely will be a fast Imperial Age indeed. Remember, Byzantines have the cheaper Imperial Age upgrade.
Oh yeah, that's going to be significantly stronger with the cheaper imp, and then we get to see some things like chemistry and all sorts of gunpowder things coming out from Mentalist early on, trying to take advantage of that. In the meanwhile, it looks like Purple, he's building a watchtower here just to get as much map control as possible.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. He is going for it. Obviously, not of the top strategies, even doing 2 docks and only having 1 fishing ship, but he wants to claim. He wants to claim the middle, and so's Tattoo. Let's see. I think Tattoo will be up pretty soon, and then we will see him build, I believe, 2 or maybe even 3 monasteries. Did even build some pikemen. Might add another knight, and has a nice fishing boom, of course, having 9 fishing ship.
Oh yeah, I think that Tato is expecting knights from everybody else. Of course, knights being just a very strong overall raiding unit in the Castle Age with excellent stats, very hard to deal with. So throwing in a couple of spearmen will help him secure that forward town center.
Yeah, forward town center. I'm a bit surprised by that, to be honest. M&A, and they are laughing at us as well. So let's see. It seems like, oh, that's a full boom by Skittle here, and heavily going on stone. Looks like Smarty is booming it as well. Mantalus is going for FE. MBL is booming with 3 extra TCs.
Oh wow.
River Plation is not really sure what he's going for. No extra TCs yet. He only has 1 fishing ship, so he has most likely the weakest eco. Going for a second stable now.
Oh, and his eco's about to get a lot weaker because here comes Tato with some fire ships.
Oh, let's see. Where's that? Yeah,
he's on the bottom side of Orange's base.
Yeah. Ah, yeah, real patient. Indeed. And he's still not Castle Age. So, I was sorry. I was expecting so much more, like, early fighting on and people trying to get to the relics, but it seems like most players agreed on playing it a bit more slow here.
Yeah, I guess they're just trying to take full advantage of the fact that this map is at least somewhat wallable, and, you know, they're able to fish boom relatively safely, perhaps harass some people with fire ships. In the meantime, yeah, there's actually only 2 players in the middle of the map, and Luchador is working on walling that as fast as he can.
Yeah, so not a single unit really died then. Now MBL is going after 3 extra TCs and a very, very quick boom. He's already up at 42 villagers. If you compare that to Mandalist or maybe Smarty's 22 only, that's pretty nice boom there. Now adding another TC, so he's up to 5 TCs pretty soon.
Wow.
God, that's quick.
That's a strong boom. But speaking of quick, Mentalist just clicked up to the Imperial Age, so he's working on that right now. And in a few minutes, he's going to unleash hell with some of that chemistry.
Oh yeah, absolutely. With that chemistry indeed. And sending a lot of villagers here. It's 9 villagers to the top. And he already could face like towers, monks, archers, knights, actually everything. But he's running into nothing. And he did scout it even, so he must feel pretty safe.
He has actually enough stone in the bank that he could build a forward castle if he wants, and right now he's going to start with a barracks.
Oh,
yeah, he's got 840 stone.
Yeah, just a great fish boom means that he only has to put 2 extra villagers on food there, and the rest can be on stone, gold, wood, now getting the wood upgrade even. So that his eco is so great.
Yeah, wow,
look at all, killing the first knight with his 2 M&A. Good job over there.
It's working out, and if people want to get that 1 relic at the base of that watchtower, they're going to have to take some arrow shots. The men-at-arms, will they claim a scout kill? No, not quite.
No, but the scout did claim an M&A kill.
Oh my goodness. Well, here comes the forward archer ranges from Mentalist, of course, because he's trying to reduce the amount of walking time. And here he is, finally grabbing some of those relics, and he's also scouting around with a fire ship looking for any vulnerable fishing ships. And
some protection as well. I think just building a monastery there is a great choice. Because obviously the monk can easily drop off relics now pretty damn fast.
Oh yeah. He just has to be, of course, a little bit concerned if he loses some map control, then he'll lose all those relics. But then again, in that case, he'll probably end up losing the game if that happens. Oh, here comes some forward castles.
Okay, I'm a bit surprised that that's pretty early. Like, you will never hold that castle to the end of the game.
Especially with those purple stone walls right there. Those stone miners are in for some trouble soon. But here comes the knights. Does Mentalist have enough monks to deal with this? Because one of them's holding a relic.
Yeah, he can easily, he's dropping them and now can convert 2 knights easily and then he can finish. But still 2 villagers went down there, maybe a 3rd one even, no. But a monk might lose his life there. Yep.
Yeah, that monk is going to go down, but he will get that castle up, and now Purple's dreams of map control slowly crumbling. Is that scout doing some raiding? These stone walls, unfortunately, not going to accomplish too much.
Yeah, but he's getting onto Castle Age now as well. Sadly, he invested all his stone into securing the middle, so he now has to go mining stone to build more town centers, but then he can start the boom as well.
Well, right now, Purple still technically has control of the center monument, but Green would be able to swap it over to himself soon. He's putting down a bunch of town centers, and I guess now we're going to reach that point in the game where players are going to try and extract as much resources from the middle as possible and hold as much land as they can.
Yeah, by the way, in the meantime, we didn't show him very much, but Skittle already at 100 villagers at minute 25:30, and he will be clicking up Imperial Age any second now, finishing the buildings, and yeah, then he will most likely build a lot of trash and some ramps and will try to reclaim the middle, and then, as you said, the relics are pretty exposed for Mentalist here.
Yeah, he's going to have to worry about some trebuchets, which are inevitably going to be coming his way, but every player in the game is going to have to deal with that soon. Purple putting down a town center in the middle. Orange is getting attacked by a few knights, and right now he's relatively isolated with he doesn't have any units in the middle of the map, but neither does Smarty.
Yeah, Smarty more of the chillin' type for now. More caring about securing herself, but Revelation, I'm a bit surprised that he's playing so passively, only having 3 TCs, not even the buildings for clicking up Imperial Age, and now the trap war starts. Let's see how MBL and Mentalist are doing here.
Well, it looks like Mentalist will be able to get the first few shots with his trebuchet, which is important, and now he's going to be slowly draining MBL stone, as MBL has to repair that with a bunch of his own villagers. In the meanwhile, Mentalist, of course, also has the advantage in military population right now, and it's going to be up to MBL. How close is he to the Imperial Age? Very close.
Yeah, but he's getting raided at home, but nice walls there, defending against attack from Grey here. And scares Grey away, so good job there. And remember, Byzantines have the strongest castle in this game, so repairing is a bit easier, and you can easily repair against 2 traps. Against 3, it will get tough.
Oh yeah, I really like the cute little transport ship play there from Grey. That was interesting. You know, it's one thing where a lot of these players feel really safe and content to boom up behind their walls and with all their town centers, but they still do have to deal with that transport ship threat. But the way that MBL structured his base, he was able to shrug that off, and I think MBL's gonna have a lot of trouble holding the middle though, because now there are 3 trebuchets.
Yeah, indeed. But from the back of Mentalist, Skittle is waiting, and now he's sending a lot of pikemen, soon to be halberdiers, and building a castle on his own. So he is trying to reclaim the middle as well. Tattoo is going for the middle, so we see the action we wanted to see, isn't it?
Oh yes, indeed. Another town center coming down. Tato with absolutely no respect for that town center from Purple. He's building it right there in range. He might even lose a villager to conversion. And right now, oh, the action is picking up. I don't think those pikemen from Skittle will be too great here, but I think he's mostly just building them as a way to conserve gold.
Yeah, and to just have anything at the start, and yeah, it's not his long-term plan, obviously, but being very limited at the start with the gold. You only have 3 options, obviously: hussars, skirmishers, and pikemen, and he went for pikemen or halberdier line first.
Yeah, which I think would be generally fine, except unfortunately Mentalist does have those cannoneers. That won't be a huge deal though, as Skittle will have time to go add in additional units, perhaps some siege weapons of his own. Meanwhile, MBL's lost a castle. He's going to lose the other one, even though he's so many villagers repairing it. He'll be able to snipe a few treads at least, because he's going to lose all of his stuff in the middle of the map.
Oh yeah, that's not a good attack there by MBL. Great attack by Mentalist for sure. So NBL is kind of off the middle now.
Yeah, and with that, we're going to see only 4 players actively contesting the middle of the map right now. But we do still have to watch out for the remaining players, orange, gray, and teal, who have yet to really contest the middle, as they will be coming in from behind. So I hope these players are prepared.
Yeah, but they don't have access to gold, so being on the main island now obviously gives huge advantage to namely those Lucador, Techo, Skittle, and Mantalus over here. Wow, Mantalus has so many traps. How many traps does he have? It feels like 7?
Wow. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't really assign enough villagers to really defend against that. In the meanwhile, Skittle does have all of his infantry defense upgrades. He's going to try and move out here and reclaim back a little bit of the map, because unfortunately, there's no way he's going to be able to repair that castle.
Well, Rams performing so well against hand cannoneers, obviously, so Skittle now has a good and a bad unit to actually attack against Mantalus, and has a nice point lead. But Techo, who did avoid of fighting too much here, is doing a great job of securing himself gold spots, getting into the middle. Does not have enough relics, but still pretty nice. Did you see that Mantalus had 7 relics secured already?
Oh my god. That's a ridiculous amount of a sustainable constant gold income. And like you mentioned, I like the decision on Skittle's part to make these siege rams, because as we can see here, it forced Mantalus to pull a bunch of his villagers off the line to try and deal with this, because he has such high pierce armor. It's one of the downsides of making only hand cannoneers, is that you have a lot of trouble dealing with those rams. In fact, Mantalus might lose a castle, and he's going to.
I think he might even lose both castles there, because the Rams still have a lot of HP, and villagers, actually the best units against those castles for now. 1 Ram still alive, more Rams coming in, and Skittle is getting a lot of gold, probably the most gold income of all those players, maybe together with Techo here.
Yeah. This castle, will he be able to barely hold it, because so many villagers trying to take down those siege rams? It's going to be really close, but I think he might hold it, but he's going to lose a monastery, so that's 2 relics down temporarily.
God, 600 HP surviving for now, but 3 more Rams now knocking at the door again. But now the villagers are a bit faster, but now the Rams are coming from the left-hand side, might even attack the castle and the traps at the same time there. Oh, and now 3 Rams already at this castle, down to 500 HP. I think Mantalus will not be able to hold it, although he's doing the best he actually can. But the castle is down now. Nice win for Skittle here.
Yeah, Skittle doing really, really well. I think that he expected something else other than the hand cannoneers initially. Perhaps maybe he was expecting to deal with more knights than he did. But right now it's really working out, as Mantalus just has no clean answer to those siege rams. They're jerking off those shots. And right now, this is giving Tato plenty of time to mass up an army of his own, try and catch up in military population, and this is going to be a bloody battle.
Oh, so interesting unit choices by some players here. River Plation is going for Champs. I highly doubt that that's the best unit to go. And DJ der Guten Laune, player in gray, is going for Water. So interesting choices here indeed. I think those will not really compete for the middle, at least not for now.
I would say that, yeah, the champions are particularly suspicious for me, mostly because they're not really conserving you that much gold, and they're awful against the 2 players that are massing nothing but hand cannoneers. The water control thing, though, I do think is kind of cute. You know, you're actually able to really take advantage of perhaps the cannon galleon range, but one problem, though, is that you literally can't win the game with just the ships, as the monument is landlocked.
Exactly that. I think in a 4v4 game, like one player going full water is absolutely great there, but in FFA you don't get any units to the monument, and you need to have units there to win the game.
This is going to be a powerful navy, but it might not cut it since this is a free-for-all. Meanwhile, though, Orange coming in from behind, so Tato's army not in a position to deal with this. He might lose a couple of his buildings, pull back, and he'll be like, what the hell? There are champions at the back of my base?
Oh, and he lost some against the how's it called, demolition ship. I saw the demolition ship and was aware that there might be attack, but I was surprised that River Plation was actually going for it and did get a nice hit there against like at least 8 champions there. Great job by Tito.
Oh wow, yeah, I can see the dead bodies now. Ah, crud, I missed that one.
Oh god, yeah, so sad. Maybe we can see more of those later. Tato is now doing everything right, I feel. He's getting heavily on gold, having a nice army, all the upgrades, going on bomber towers, really pushing back Mantalist here from the main island. Mantalist is retreating. Skittle needed to retreat, and oh god, Mantalist is even going totally down. Oh, and why is Skittle attacking Smarty? That makes no sense at all.
I'm not sure, but he's gonna have to deal with a couple of cataphracts. Is Smarthy trying to... the cataphracts are pretty good against the siege rams and halberdiers, but they're unupgraded castle age cataphracts. They might not be enough. I do agree, though, that Tato is doing basically everything right, and with these bombard towers, it's gonna be really difficult to remove him from the middle.
And now we're down to 130 years, so... yeah. The middle is getting extremely important. And what is MBL doing? We didn't see him for quite some time. And he did try to max out again with only castle age cataphracts and elite skirmishers. So not a strong army, but probably the best he could afford without getting too much gold. Although now he is in the middle and not being punished by any other player.
Yeah, he's on an emergency gold extraction project right now, as he's trying to get as much money from the middle as physically possible before Tato notices that he's mining there. I think the elite skirmishers will be very good against all the hand cannoneers, and even though he doesn't have all the cataphract upgrades, this is an army comp that I'm a little bit more comfortable with pushing into the middle. So we'll have to see, but Tato has one hell of a line of defense.
So, and even though he is getting attacked from behind, but still a Byzantine castle on the hill, he still has enough units to fight against anything. Is throwing back and heavy demolition ship. Bomb! Oh god, killing all the villagers, preparing and killing a lot of HP there from this trap. So nice move there by Tato. And even Tato did research elite cataphracts, so that's another line he opened for himself.
Yeah, the elite cataphracts are going to be an interesting choice, but a choice that I'm a little bit confused about is why Skill is attempting to remove Smarthy from the map. Perhaps there was a little bit of smack talk going on in the background that we didn't really see, but yeah, Skill's got to watch out because the clock is ticking. We're at 97 years remaining. Tato's still mostly in control.
Yeah, maybe he wants to secure himself wood, but he still has enough wood. Oh, I'm a bit surprised. I'm not a bit surprised. I'm very surprised by that.
I finally saw a demo ship, but it only killed one champion. Rip.
Okay. More demo ships coming in, but yeah, let's see.
Come on. What's it gonna be? That's pretty good.
Whoop. Indeed. So
All
now
right,
let's see. Oh god! Mantalist did queue up 9 traps in his one castle. That's a lot.
Well, he's gonna need that many trebuchets because otherwise it's really hard to deal with those bombard towers. They have 11 range and they deal 124 damage a hit, so trebuchets are one of the best ways to remove them safely. You know, rams are good too, but then you have to deal with all the units that Tato's gonna have in the base stuff. So I like the mass traps.
Yeah, mass traps, but you need more army to support it. He only is at pop 108. Very low, I have to say. Tato now killed the monasteries of Mantalist, so he had 7 relics and now only has 0 left.
And it looks like Tato has finally discovered this mining operation, so MBL is going to have to try and clear that out. But MBL does have full upgrades on his elite cataphracts, so these will be pretty strong. Will he be able to defend here? I think he will.
Well, we only have 70 years left, so now they have to go for the middle. I didn't even catch that. Players need to organize an attack to the middle pretty soon.
This is the most common cause of death in all of these King of the Hill games I've seen so far, as players just get tunnel vision on something else, they're not used to the timer, and then someone manages to snatch the victory almost for free. Do they have time to punish Tato because the clock is ticking?
Oh yeah, on only 60, obviously now Gray's even helping out, something we would have not expected really, but MBL doesn't have enough siege to kill all those towers. And Mantalist is not taking care about this in the middle as well. I think it's looking pretty good for Tato here. Only 60 years.
Yeah, but in the meantime, Gray's been doing exactly what I was thinking. He's making the elite cannon galleon, which is extremely cute, but might not be very effective. The Navy is going to be annoying, but I don't think it's going to win the game.
Why is Skittle not going for the middle?
Where's
no, MBL is the only one fighting.
Wait, Purple built a wonder in his base, and where are those paladins going for Skittle?
Yeah, Wander's not winning him this game. Paladins are going for orange. We're down to 50 years now. The players have to take care about the middle. What is Skittle doing?
Where are those going? Are those going into Tato's eco? That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work at all.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Now he's sending some halberdiers, but it's too late.
Well, meanwhile, MBL doing his best, but like you said, he does not have enough siege. And those
Down to 40 years.
Ridiculous.
And Mentalist needs to send his traps.
Undeployed. He has so many. He has 3 queued up, 8 he has 5 inside the castle, 3 deployed. It's time to go.
Oh, what is Yellow doing? He could easily clear up all this because Paladins are performing so well against Cataphracts and Hand Cannoneers, but he needs to get there.
Well, I guess Skittle's one saving grace this game is that Tato's economy will indeed be in shambles, but the good news for Tato is that he doesn't really need any more money, as all he has to do is hold for 30 more years. Will he be able to do it? He's slowly getting pushed back, but 30 years is not a lot of time.
Oh, yeah, I don't really see how he can lose this. Now some Rams are coming in. MBL has a nice army there, but Chateau is still at, let me see, top 160, and that's 70 military. So he can still fight quite some time. We're down to 25 years. Mentalist needs to push more here.
Wow, yeah, he better go now. 23 years remaining is like nothing. Tato is losing ground, but it's going to be up to Mentalist. If he can just use his siege, get in there and kill as many red units as possible. Oh god, this is so close.
MBL shouldn't retreat. He needs to push in more, or they will lose a game. Chateau might win this one here. We're down to 18 years, and he still has endless amount of units. Now sending all his villagers in there like you need to do. Revelation is sending 7 skirms. That will do nothing. We are down to 15 years, and now Mentalist and MBL are fighting each other, but that's not what they need to do. Now Skittle is sending something. Let's see, now Skittle is sending from the south, but he needs to send it in. It's only 11 years. Skittle, don't run around. You need to attack now.
Skittle coming in way too late. Where is the heroic music when you need it? Bridgestone just completely gave up on the middle. He's like, fuck this, I'm raiding that wood line. So this is Skittle's lumberjack. 7 years remaining. Tato so very close to winning this game. All he needs is units around the middle, and he has them. He's going to win.
4 years left only, and he still has some units left. 3 years, but there are still some hand cannoneers, some villagers. 2 years down. Chateau has nothing left, but enough to win this game. Only 1 year, and Chateau is our champion. 0 years left, and still something left. GG!
GG, well played indeed. Congratulations, Tato, on securing the win in qualifier number 5 for the King of the Hippo tournament. What a game!
Oh god, what a game. And again, players not playing it really smart. Skittle could easily have cleared this up. MBL could have attacked a bit better if he came from the down. Mentalist had so many traps, he could easily clear up everything. Even Purple finally came, but just a little too late. And Chateau, playing it so clever, he got into the middle so quickly, then got all the gold spots on the side, built a nice army, had so many bomber towers, secured the middle, and secured the win.
Oh yeah, I think Tato played that perfectly, basically ensuring that all of his opponents, MBL and Mentalist, spent all of their time killing each other's armies, Skittle as well. The 3 of them got to cripple each other, and then Tato just sweeps in from behind, cleans up the remainder of their army, and secures the win. Wow.
Presto, presto.
Impressive game indeed.
Presto.
Oh man. Yeah, that went so much faster than expected. Let's see the stats. Obviously, to show the guy who did fight the most smarty, not the greatest kill statistics over here. Gray had a nice kill statistics, but yeah, never really a chance to ever win this game. Society statistic, Mentalist and Chateau, the guy with the most relics. Timeline shows you a lot of players still at the end alive and with a lot of army and population, but Chateau, the guy who really did break in the end, but did stay strong enough.
Yeah, this was a wonderfully entertaining game. I did not expect Tato to actually win in that way, but it was great nonetheless. So, again, thank you so much for inviting me today, Neil Fair, to co-cast with you. It's been an honor.
Yeah, thanks a lot for being here, and I obviously will invite you again. Thanks for doing advertisements for the tournament, and yeah, guys, stay tuned. We will have the next official game at 20 GMT, but since that is still 75 minutes to go, I will try to figure something out what we will do in between. Guys, stay tuned. I will do and try to organize something like a community game or something. And at 20 GMT, next official King of the Hippo qualifier number 6, all Aztecs on Graveyards with my friend and co-commentator Milmano. See you then.
Yep, thank you for watching, guys.